The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5. Get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We're back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Don't mean you know the voice of the guy. It's me, really raw, villain raw, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Ooh, and me and Lonte handled business yesterday. That is how you pick a show. I need all my picks to go just like that. I would love all my picks to just be exactly like that. One, relatively sweat free, and the other, give me a sweat back and forth, but I end up getting the win regardless. Shout out to Lonte too, man. We did really good, Scott. I had Heat plus 8.5. Heat is a dog, we got to go ahead and play that. Also, sweat.
Almost won outright.
Yeah. Oh, and then also the sweat with the Raptors and them just looking great the entire game. Raptors start the season off hot. The Hawks start the season off slow. And then Lonte, it took some selling. I don't know why it took some selling to get me to just go ahead and fade the Brooklyn Nets completely. But Lonte was like, hey, let's just fade the Brooklyn Nets. And he did that. Cash with the Hornets and almost had the Trailblazers outright.
I almost had that game too. Yeah.
He almost had the Trailblazers outright. Ant did Ant things. And, a big part of Lonte's love with the Trailblazers was Chauncey Billups and what he was going to bring to this team and what they all were going to do defensively. And, well, before we get to that, Scott Studio Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, I had a pretty good NBA day too. I had a couple people DM me on Twitter for some picks because I wasn't on the show, and I gave out some props that won. So there you go. I had Giannis over 30.5 points, 31.5 points. He went over. I had Ja over his points. I saw Ja 30 plus was plus 260. So that was a nice payout there too. But overall, good episode or good overall day for me, and sounds like a good episode for you. And then I watched the end of that Trailblazers game, which I thought was very entertaining. I saw Ant just destroy Kamara on that final possession, which was disgusting. And then I immediately left the game kind of criticizing Chauncey Billups' coaching. And no comment. That's all I have to say. No comment. But yeah, we had some breaking news this morning.
Whoa, things are off here. All right. Chauncey Billups has been arrested.
Yep.
Federal authorities arrested Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier on Thursday morning as a part of investigations into illegal gambling schemes involving the NBA. Rozier faces charges for allegedly manipulating his performance in a 2023 game to influence prop bets, while Billups is accused of participating in an underground poker ring tied to organized crime families. The probes have resulted in 31 indictments, including former Cavaliers assistant coach Damon James for providing insider information on league games. Oh, Scott, it seems like we have a rat.
I mean, I have to imagine that we do, because this all sounds like classic poker movie under the table stuff, and somebody leaked something. So I don't know what happened in the interrogation room, but somebody definitely spilled the tea on everybody. That's basically what happened. But Rozier thought he was in the clear. That's all I'm going to say. He was that close. He escaped the original investigation, all that stuff, and then he gets roped right back into it. And apparently he might not be the best poker player in the world. So yeah, the Chauncey one's the new piece, but Rozier being involved in the previous gambling scandal and this one is definitely not a good look, and that is something that I wanted to mention too. So Chauncey's getting all the headlines because he's the new face in the investigation, but Rozier being involved again is, in my opinion, the main talking point, isn't it?
I mean, I don't even. I think the fact that all of this is related,
yeah,
It's clearly somebody that's talking here.
No,
It's
it clearly means
clearly
Rozier
somebody
lost a
that's
big
talking.
pot,
And
he had to, manipulate some stuff to get even. But that's
wow.
kind of how that went. But
Man, if you're the Portland Trailblazers, like, just what are you like? Oh, Jesus Christ! Like, you just had some hope, regardless of how you lost that game. You had some hope of it for this team going after playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, who had just been to back-to-back Western Conference Finals, and playing them down to the wire. And now
they should have won that game too. They led for a lot of that game.
Yeah, I'm speechless. Shout out to everybody that's saying Terry's guilty. He 100% did it. 100%. Did you see there's a highlight clip where they just show like all the plays that Terry
No,
would
that
do
was the
clearly.
point, is that the clip was circulating last year when he was initially being investigated by the FBI, and then he came back cleared. And then we made a joke talking about the teams in the team preview for the win totals and said they reached the conclusion that Rozier wasn't cheating, he just sucks at basketball.
Yep.
And then it turns out, no, he actually
was cheating.
actually
and maybe
was,
he doesn't.
so
Maybe he doesn't
there you
suck
go.
at basketball.
Yeah. So either way, we're going to see what happens. I do think that Portland, I have to imagine, based on the investigation and everything, worst case is they can void the majority of that contract for cause. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, besides the fact that Chauncey built up some chemistry with the roster last year, and they played pretty well. But from an actual extension, which he got, perspective, I imagine they can probably void most of that for cause, if I had to guess. So that's not that big of a deal financially, but either way, definitely not what I expected to see happen this morning. But
and
we got drama.
I just have to say, of course, it would be Terry Rozier when he was playing for the Charlotte Hornets too.
Yeah.
I think that's that. Of course, you take advantage when you're playing for the Charlotte Hornets. You don't have nothing else to play for. You might as well start playing some unders.
See, I imagine that it happened after all the injuries took place, and you just said, "Wait, we're like 30 games under 500. Who cares?" And then that might have been what happened. But yeah, once again, I feel like it is worth mentioning that besides Billups, Rozier's also involved.
And Damon Jones,
and Damon Jones too, and most
insider information.
And most of the headlines are only mentioning Chauncey. Just remember that Rozier has been linked to this kind of stuff for about a year, and it feels like we're finally getting a conclusion.
These guys got to start using like WhatsApp. I think that's like encrypted stuff, or like, I don't know. I feel like there's better ways than just this. Is clearly, I can't wait till we come out and they show text messages and it's literally iMessage bubbles. Like that's gonna be the thing that sends this off. At least go get a burner or something. These guys don't know how to get away with stuff.
Have you ever watched any like match fixing documentary stuff from like soccer? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I seen the basketball ones.
Yeah, so there was 130 for 30 involving an Arizona State player.
That
one, which I thought was pretty good. And then there was a couple of ones that happened in soccer, and they brought in one of the people that was like organizing it, a player. And they were using like emojis to like translate certain requests from other people. Do you think they even went that far, or do you think that just straight up telling each other?
Straight up telling it. It might be a voice message. We might see some voice messages come out.
I got to imagine somebody's leaking the group chat, so this might get extremely, I'd say, obvious based on the amount of evidence they might find. So just keep that in mind.
JR saying use Signal, not WhatsApp. There you go.
Get the burner phone.
I mean, just anything else. At least do it. You could use Text Me, the little little app. Show me that you're at least trying.
Create a fake email and just start sending emails to people. Like, come on, you got to do something.
If this is an iMessage bubble from their phone, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
I just want to know what the name of the group chat was. That's all I want to know.
All right. Don't really want to get into too much about yesterday, but just Clippers. We'll just leave. Yeah, we'll just leave
Clippers. Embiid looked potentially washed, but nobody cares because Edgecombe is an absolute machine and Maxey at 40 points. So, look, the Sixers are going to be fun. I'm not sure how good they're going to be because if Embiid's that bad and he's getting paid that much money, they're screwed. But they're entertaining, and that's something. And you got McCain who's going to come back probably in a couple weeks. So, Philly, nice. And besides that, Wemby might break the entire league.
Yep.
That's kind of all I have to say about the game.
Shout out to his vets.
Yep.
All right. NBA tip-off. You already know. Subscribe to us. NBA Gambling Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. All right. Let's get into Well, before we do that, let's just go ahead and talk about mybookie.ag. Scott, you place to bet every single sport, everything, anything, anywhere, anytime. That's the motto over there at mybookie. And get down on the NBA, get down on NFL, college football, all of that. Head over to mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500. Russell brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. And Novig, you know you're getting the best prices on the market. Hey, 35 plus states you can use Novig. So go get in on the action. Get $50 when you spend just $5 when you use the promo code SGPN over there at Novig. Yeah, man. Spurs. Shout out to the Spurs, man. That was a nice little plus money cash yesterday, too. Oh, the Heat. Hey, the Heat would have sent me home. If the Heat had did that outright, it would have sent me home.
By the way, shout out to you who mentioned in the MVP episode, keep an eye out for Wemby at 12-1.
Oh, yeah. 40 points already. And it was
on AD too. Like it's not against like
pure.
the Nets. It's against like a really good defender. He killed everybody in that game.
The Mavs going to be a playoff team. Just
I don't know if they're going to be. I like them as a play-in team. That
you don't think all the way playoffs? I think they'll be a playoff.
There's a lot of injury questions. We don't know when Kyrie's coming back, so I said play-in at this point. But they might be a play-in eventual playoff team. We'll see, but not after game one.
By the way, shout out to Cooper Flagg, who started at point guard and recorded 0 assists.
Yes, I was going to actually mention that. So Jason Kidd saw something that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Try D'Lo next time. That's all I'll say.
0 assists. Like, I mean, go play freaking Nembhard, the little Nembhard. Go play him. Like, come on.
I like the other Nembhard too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, give him the burn with these guys. They'll probably elevate his play. Like, oh, dude, 0 assists and starting point guard. Come on now. Okay, here we are. OKC Thunder are on the road going to play the Indiana Pacers in an early rematch of the NBA Finals last year. This is how much they cared about those finals, Scott. They gave us the rematch in the first game of the season for the Pacers.
The matchup looked a lot better about 5 months ago.
Yep. You've got OKC laying 7.5, 231.5 is the total. Let's pull up the injury report here. And you should already know, of course, no Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know why they have his name still listed here, but they do. Quentin Jackson is out. TJ McConnell's out. Lou Dort is a questionable. Cason Wallace is a questionable. There's going to be no Alex Caruso, no Isaiah Joe, no J Will. I'm sorry, not J Will, no J Dub, Jalen Williams, and then no Kenrich Williams as well. And Topic is still out. All right.
I mean, it mostly comes down to the atmosphere and if you actually trust the get-up spot for Indiana, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because OKC, despite all the injuries, Caruso, we know defensively was solid, but at the end of the day, I guess Şengün broke him because he's not playing game 2. So I guess guarding Şengün for the entire double overtime stretch eventually just caused him to have to miss a game or 2. But the point is, you still have Shea, you still have a lot of talent with Chet, who was very good in game 1, by the way. Still have Hartenstein, who was awful in game 1. He couldn't make a floater at all. You're looking at a couple of supporting cast guys who are missing, but of course, Indiana is still missing Halliburton. I'm not a Miles Turner guy, but he's not on the team either. There are a lot of question marks about how much production this team could actually replace. McConnell's not playing either. So both teams are a bit shorthanded, but does the line look short to you? At 7.5? Like, Thunder were laying 7 at home against Houston.
Yeah, they were.
Without J-Dub, but now they're laying 7.5 on the road against Indiana with no Halliburton, no McConnell. I think this line does feel kind of short.
And I mean, okay, so you got Lil Ernie is in concussion protocol. I guess you could kind of bite me on like the scoring for OKC, and maybe the scoring goes down because you don't have J-Dub out there. But I mean, I think Chet is going to go out there and have his way. I really think they're going to put points up on this Indiana defense. And I think the only way that Indiana's in this game is if you have the big Siakam game, the big Mathurin game. Remember, we got one of those in those finals. Like, he's going to have the opportunity to get the big Mathurin game. It's a bunch of points. And next thing you know, it's like it's very similar to the Rockets game where they just kind of hang around with them. And it's like some 125 to 121 type of final. Then like, okay, I could see that. But I think it's Probably more likely that at some point this offense kind of fizzles out for the Indiana Pacers here. I
Do
just
you?
don't believe in the defense at all. I don't think that they're going
Yeah.
to be able to get any type of stop.
I'm
I
going to
think,
say, though, OKC won the game. Sorry to interrupt, but they at least played a game already. We've seen something.
yeah,
Do you think Dagnall's happy with how they played in game one?
no,
I don't either.
not at all.
But they were awful for about 3.5 quarters and then came back and won the game. So, look, a win's a win, and I know Houston might be a really good team. There are a lot of adjustments you can make after watching that game one, and Indiana can't make any adjustments because they haven't played yet. So I wonder if the Thunder just mentally had the ring night, won a war, and now maybe against the worst team in Houston, they say, you know what, we have to look like how we normally look. And I wonder if Dagnall kind of got on his guys after that or not. We'll see. But I think OKC, based on talent, should cover. Then again, we do know that Indiana's home crowd is one of the best in the entire league. The Thunder are a lot worse on the road than at home. They're still a juggernaut, but at home they're incredible. So if you're backing Indiana, I think it's early. I think you want Indiana maybe first quarter, just from an energy perspective. They potentially jump this team and then go from there. I wouldn't want Indiana full game because there could be that one OKC quarter where if they just settle in defensively,
Yeah,
they start pressuring and Indiana doesn't have enough firepower offensively. There could be one very lopsided quarter in there. But if you want to go for Indiana, I don't mind first quarter money line. Ride the crowd momentum. Indiana maybe does some things offensively, and then OKC makes some adjustments in the second half. But I do think Indiana early could be intriguing. But over 48 minutes, I just think OKC is too strong from a depth perspective.
yeah.
Do you want to argue Pacers first quarter, or you
No,
agree with
no,
that?
no. I agree. I don't. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pacers like it. I'm gonna take OKC here because there's just a juggernaut ATS, man. Like, and they're coming off of ATS loss. Like, so I'm going to take OKC here. But if this doesn't hit, I wouldn't be surprised that the Pacers just had some crazy get up game. And we're talking about Ben Mathurin and Pascal Siakam tomorrow. So I just think it's going to be points regardless. So give me the over on the total. All the points. It's at what 231.5 now, 232.5 now. I think all the points are going to be available because I don't think this Pacers team is just going to go lying down. Like I don't think it's going to be easy. I think they're going to put up points in their own right. I think they're going to be very aggressive with Pascal Siakam, who looked good in preseason, and so it looks like he's in shape, ready to go. I think he's going to be very aggressive, attacking Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein and making them guard him in the post. And then I think that it'll be the Ben Mathurin show. And Ben Mathurin just a head full of steam, driving towards the rim, getting to the basket. So, yeah, I think there's going to be points on both sides.
I like the over too. I see Justin in the comment section mentioning Pacers team total over because of the potential title
Yeah,
legs
double
for
overtime
OKC.
too. Yeah, very good. Very good.
I don't
angle.
mind that. I mean, once again, I feel like if you're taking Indiana, I know it's going to sound contradictory to what Justin's pointing out because the longer the game goes, the more tired OKC should be. But I think it's mainly a crowd thing for me. I think Indiana, if they have any chance to win this game, have to jump OKC early or at least not fall behind early. I don't mind Pacers first quarter if you want to go for an angle like that with the crazy atmosphere we should be getting. But over a full 48, I'll go Thunder. But I like the over because the Pacers, I think, with the lack of potential offensive talent they have with the injuries, they're going to want to play fast anyway. OKC wants to play fast too. It's a pace thing. I'll go with the over in the game.
All right. Yep. Same thing. Bunch of pace. All right. Play props. Give me Pascal Siakam.
Okay.
He looked good in preseason. Problem with Pascal is they would stop. You don't have nothing else to worry about. Just keep the ball. If he keeps getting the ball, he's going to be relatively efficient. And I think he's going to go out there and have something to say against this team. So I like Pascal Siakam. I think it was at 18.5 earlier. Might be at 19.5 now. I like him to go over his points. Yeah, 19.5
Yeah,
points.
I do want to point out, I agree with you about Siakam. Last year, the only position the Thunder had some issues with was actually the power forward spot. And we saw in game one, Şengün had almost a 40 piece. So it seems like the power forward position can be an area of weakness. I'll put quotes around weakness because they're good at everything defensively. But the power forward spot's kind of vulnerable, and it has been for the last year. It's not as bad as centers against the Celtics, which I guess Embiid's not
Yo, that's how you know
widely,
he's really broke.
but
He killed that trend. Like, that's how you know he's
yeah, but
really broke.
you've been mentioning that trend for years. So like the Celtics guarding centers has been a mess for a while. OKC against power forwards wasn't great last season, and also without Halliburton, you got to rely on your best player. So I think Siakam's worth something there. I was contemplating Siakam block. It's at plus 130. I took it the entire finals, and I never lost. He had a block in all 7 games of the finals. It's plus 130. So I'll go for Siakam block
Okay.
at plus 20.
I like that. Nice call out there, Scott. Yeah. But I mean, what's going to be the different game plan here from OKC? Like, you're going to just headhunt Neesmith again. Why not? I mean, it was either J-Dub on Neesmith or it was SGA on Neesmith, and now you don't have J-Dub. So I mean, SGA is just going to torch Neesmith again.
Well, it's either that or Mathurin. I don't think Mathurin's the best defender either. No matter what they do, they're going to try to get off Nemhard. So I'll dare Mathurin to
And
try
they
to guard
switch
SGA.
everything, so
Yeah.
like it's dope. SGA over 32.5 points. Let's not overthink this. SGA is going to have a good game. He's going to have 35. He's going to have to do majority of the scoring, especially no J-Dub around this time. And I mean, are they going to be any willing to do something different and maybe like double them the entire game? Maybe possibly with no J-Dub here, but then that's going to open up a world of possibilities for the rest of this offense.
Yeah, I think I'm going to throw in one other prop. I'll go for the role player angle here because the Thunder are potentially missing a bunch of players. I'm going to go with Aaron Wiggins over 1.5 threes in this game at minus 122. In the finals, it was up and down. I mean, his minutes were in flux, but Caruso's out. Dort might not play. Joe's out. Case and Wallace, a game time decision. No J-Dub. Process of elimination. I mean, Wiggins is going to play some minutes. And the fact is, I thought Wiggins played pretty well in the first game. He made 2 threes against the Rockets. He ended up playing 20 minutes. And now a bunch of the supporting cast guys are out. So based on usage and based on playing time, he played 20 minutes in the first game. Wiggins might end up playing 27 in this game if you factor in all the injuries. I'll use whoever's left kind of logic there. I'll take Wiggins over 1.5 threes at minus 122.
All right, like it. What else here? Anything else here interesting? I could sell myself on a Nemhard assist angle.
He's the
I
point
mean,
guard.
they don't have any. They literally don't have anybody else that can handle the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally the only person that can handle the ball. So, yeah, all right, I could sell myself on Nemhard having 8 assists.
Although I see Justin mentioned he's going to make a diss track for Embiid after yesterday. Can you just give us a shout in the producer tags? We'd appreciate it. Help the show.
All right, let's see here. Before we get to the next game of the slate, let's talk about Underdog. Let's build a little Underdog lineup now, Scott. We don't have to wait till we get to the game. Let's go ahead and work on something now. I do feel, first of all, you could sell me on, okay, they start doubling SGA and all of that. But like, what's going to be, I don't think that they have a response for Pascal Siakam. If Pascal Siakam gets going, I really feel like this is going to be like 20 points easy. Not saying he has the biggest of games, but Pascal Siakam will look up and he'll be at halftime with 14 points.
Yeah.
On some, 5 for 8. Yeah. So Pascal, what else are you going to like here today, Scott?
But we can't do 2 on Pascal, so I can't do the blocks over a half, which I do like in general.
Or I do like that. I do like that. It is going to be plus. It's going to be some spicy too.
What if I just know he had a block in all 7 games of the finals last year.
What if where's let me see. Let me make sure they have the blocks up here. No, they don't have it.
I was going to say it's fine. We can just take
No, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we'll take the points. They don't have it. I
want to throw in the role player angle. I saw somebody in the comment section mentioning Dort. He might not play. I like the Wiggins higher 1.5 threes just based on the fact that he's going to have to play a bunch of minutes because a lot of the guard depth that OKC has is just not playing in this game. So I like Wiggins higher 1.5 threes.
All right. And then, yeah, Jokic just torches the Warriors, man.
I actually looked at the stats last night. It's hilarious how badly he torches this team.
You want to just hire 28.5 points or you want to add, PRA, RA, whatever?
I mean, I'll ask you. Do you think he just puts a triple double tonight?
Yeah, potentially. Let's just put it all together.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's fine with that? All right. Jokic, higher. 49.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Pascal Siakam, a little bit extra over here, Scott, but I still like it. Higher, 20.5 points. And then Aaron Wiggins, higher, 1.5 3-pointers made. Add that all into Underdog, and you will get 5.76x. $100 gets you $576 over there. Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm has the college football props, has the college football picks, has the NFL props, has NBA starting to get rolling. Make sure you get over there. Plus, you can win money every single week by just tracking 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000. Go over to Rhythm, promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. All right, let's see here. We've got Golden State Warriors in game number 2. First one here at the Chase Center, going up against the Denver Nuggets here. Warriors were laying 2.5, Scott. I see it at laying 2 right now. 233.5 is the total. Injury report for this one, and we have nothing for the Denver Nuggets. Moses Booty's still out for the Golden State Warriors, and no D'Anthony Melton still. All right, wow, somebody is so childish. Somebody added the injury report under and put Portland, Chauncey Billups, jail. They're not even playing today. That you could have saved that for tomorrow. That was a joke you could have saved for tomorrow. Scott, I am very high on Denver this year.
So I think they win the title.
I think that they realize that they had Jokic out there playing by himself.
Pause.
And so with the injuries and you know how Jamal Murray unhealthy and Aaron Gordon unhealthy, it just all kind of didn't work. And then they had, you know, the spirit of Russell Westbrook in the building stinking the place up. So they get all of that out. You have Alderman come in now as full-time head coach. You have Jonas Valanciunas come onto the roster. You bring back Bruce Brown. You make the trade and you get some more stench out of the building with Michael Porter Jr. and you bring in Cam Johnson.
Do you like Cam Johnson?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
As a Nets fan, I liked him too. That's why I'm wondering.
And so now the question is, does it all get to put together week 1, game 1? Because the Warriors did look pretty decent. But dog, it was also the Lakers.
That's the counterpoint, is that I was going to mention this earlier. I actually forgot to. So I'll actually do this right now. I forgot to take my victory lap.
Oh, yeah, you swept too. Good job, Scott.
The lock was the Warriors. I think this Lakers team's terrible. And watching DeAndre Ayton play confirmed all my thoughts that he's the starting center in the league at this point. So, yeah, look, the Warriors had a very good showing. Butler had 30-plus points. Curry didn't even light it up that much, but it didn't even matter because the Lakers had Luka and nobody else. As you texted me mid-game, Luka's back in Dallas. He's just wearing different colored jerseys, and that's what it felt like. But I'm not going to overrate the Warriors because they beat a Lakers team that was shorthanded with no LeBron. 2 can't guard anybody, which I think we all noticed as before the season started and during the actual game. We like the Warriors in general. They might get to 50 wins. We'll see. I think Denver is an inner circle title team, and I think there's still a tier gap. So I understand Golden State's at home. It's the home opener. I get that the crowd is usually amped for Warriors games, but were you a bit surprised the Warriors were favored for this game? Because I kind of thought it would be Denver -1. I'm kind of surprised the Warriors are favored. Are you?
Yeah, I thought it'd be a lot closer. I'm not going to lie. I really did. And maybe people are betting the Warriors because what they saw. And, you know, people overvalue the Lakers. So now they're overvaluing the Warriors because they beat the Lakers like that. But, like, I don't know how I'm not going to be on Denver here, man, because they really don't have any option to stop Jokic. Jokic can get off in this game. And when Jokic is actually scoring, that's when he's like really, really lethal. And you got to just hope and pray that you're sticking to everybody else like glue. And maybe he has some type of 35 points, but only 5 assists type of thing. But I don't know. I think that Denver's going to be able to come out here. They're going to play. They're going to be very physical. They're the larger team. They're going to play a good style of defense. I think they can control the glass. And it's Jokic running the offense. I'm really not sure why. I think this is wrong team favorite.
I do want to give you a trivia question. Out of the last 10 games in the head-to-head, do you want to guess what Denver's record is? Once again, the last 10 games.
Last 10 games, 8-2.
They're 9-1.
Oh.
Now, I will point out Golden State did win the last meeting, if you care about recency bias, but Denver has won 9 of the last 10 games. So it's not even like, Kerr's going to figure out something. No, Joker always kills this team. I mean, you mentioned it with the actual underdog lineup. If you wanted me to read off the stats that Joker has against Golden State, I'm not going to do it. But in the last 10 games against Golden State, he's averaging 31, 13, and 9. Like 31, 13, and 9. They can't guard him ever. And I know Al Horford is a guy they brought in who had moments in game one. He was kind of horrible down the stretch. That's why they benched him during crunch time. Shout out to Kuminga, by the way. Looked very good in game one. But I do think Joker's just the best player in the league, so I think he's going to dominate. So I like the Nuggets in this game. That's kind of where I'm at.
Nuggets early on in the month of October as a dog, 6-4 in their last 10 games, 7-3 ATS. They are very, very good overall, at least at winning the game. 13-7 their last 20 games starts or in October to start the season. So there's history to this team starting off fast. I really do think it's Denver. I really do. I think it's going to be a good game. I think Denver's going to have too many options. It's going to be too many problems. And I think
everyone's healthy actually for the Nuggets, which is nice.
Yeah. This is a very good test to see. One, I will very, very much upgrade the Warriors where they are if they look really good in this game.
I think that's kind of the point. I don't want to sound biased, but if Denver wins this game, I know it's only game 1 of the season for them. That's a good win. Like you can say you went into Golden State, you're not going to, say they're guaranteed to win the title off one win in October, but still a good showing. If Golden State does beat Denver, I know it's early in the season and all again, but I might upgrade Golden State as well. I think the game matters more power ranking wise for the Warriors than the Nuggets, but I do think Denver's the better team. So I got Denver in this game.
All right. I like the over. I'm selling defense here. I just think this Denver offense is going to be too good. And I think that the Warriors I don't think they're going to go lying down. I'm actually curious to see what Denver looks like on the defensive side of the ball, to be honest.
So I actually wanted to go with the under because I'm looking at the head-to-head games recently. You said it was 234.5 in some spots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, each of the last 4 meetings have gone under that number. In fact, if you're looking at head-to-head, going back even further, 7 of the last 8 meetings have gone under that number. Then again, every NBA game besides, I think it was 2 went over yesterday. No,
really?
Anybody last night. So I don't actually know if defense matters in October. I think overs were 10-2 yesterday. So if you want to back that trend, go with the over. But I think I'll go under. I think it's a pace thing for me. I just think both teams are going to play relatively slow. So I'll go. I'm not going to bet it, but I'll go with the under there.
All right. Player props. We like Jokic.
Are you betting Johnson in his debut? I think 2.5 threes was the number for him.
Interesting.
Just a thought.
I didn't consider that aspect. I think I was going to also, but it would be, yeah. Huh?
I mean, somebody's got to shoot him.
I was thinking Aaron Gordon too.
Yeah.
Especially if he's healthy. I feel like he's got a little sore taste in his mouth how he finished the year last year.
He got hurt. It is what it is.
Yeah. 15 points. I think Aaron Gordon get 15. But what I did see, and I hope he continues to do it, Jimmy was very aggressive against the Warriors. I mean, not against the Warriors, against the Lakers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they kept fouling him, so why not? But yeah, I would go to the hoop. You got Jokic as a rim protector. I'd go to the rim.
Give me Jimmy over 18.5 points. I like what I saw.
So did I.
What else here?
I'm
Yeah.
wondering
What's the plan for Steph here?
I think it would just be points, wouldn't it be? Pretty good against the Lakers. He didn't need to be. He hit the dagger 3 at the end, which he really needed because he had a couple of brutal, I'd say, dagger hunting possessions down the stretch, which were just abysmal shots. And then he hit the one from the parking lot. So you can argue, Curry might just ramp it up here. I'm still not sure if Denver can actually guard him, which is a separate point. I'm looking at the numbers here. He's at 24.5. He had 36 in the last game against Denver. He had gone under in the 2 previous meetings, but Denver against the point guard position was average last season. Do I think Murray's going to have fun chasing him around screens the entire time? No, I don't. I think it's probably Curry points if you wanted to go for Curry, but yeah, that would be how I would play it. But I don't know if you actually want to bet it or not. It's a separate point.
I don't know if I'm there yet.
Any thoughts on Kuminga?
I like the so I'm really kicking myself that I didn't play the rebounds last game because I thought about it. I'm like, man, if Kuminga's in that starting lineup, he's athletic enough. He's gonna be right there for almost every rebound.
He looked fantastic in that second half. The third quarter especially, he looked great in that game.
And it's just, bro, when they use him, I feel like he's very effective. He fills up a stat sheet. I've never understood. Like, I get, okay, he can be a jackass at times, but like everybody is. It's the NBA.
It's a defensive thing, but also we know that some coaches have short fuses with certain players. And do you think Kerr was happy or sad Kuminga played that well and he couldn't bench him over the course of the game? Like, Kuminga was in the closing lineup. He was great.
Yeah, I would play like a points and rebounds. He was even getting assists though. I feel like he had like 6 assists or something like that.
He did have 6 assists.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck was that?
I don't know how much I can buy into that.
I mean, give me the points and rebounds. I would play like the points and rebounds or something like that. Like maybe if the points come down a little bit, like he's always they're gonna need him to be around there. You're playing up against Jokic, Aaron Gordon, and Cam Johnson. Like they're gonna need him to go down there and be active and try to grab some boards. So I could see Kuminga having another good day here.
Yeah, I'll throw in one more. Give me Buddy Hield over 2.5 threes at -105. He had 5 in the first game against the Lakers. The Nuggets last season were not good against shooting guards. They actually allowed, I believe it was the 4th most threes in the entire league to shooting guards. But it's also a volume thing. I mean, if you were watching the game and looking at those heat check threes that Hield ended up taking, bro, like nobody's past half court, and it's a 1-on-5, and he's just swishing 3-pointers. He's going to keep shooting. It's a volume thing for me. I do think Hield has to play some minutes here because they can help space the floor. He was great against the Lakers, and we know that he's a very, I say, confidence-driven player, where when Hield is actually in rhythm and he's playing well, we saw in the postseason, like he's going to keep shooting. So it's a volume thing for me. If you think Hield ends up attempting even like 8+ 3-pointers in this game, which is reasonable, you need 3 at -105. And we know Hield's a very good 3-point shooter. I'll take Buddy Hield over 2.5 threes.
All right. Lock and dog. Let's get up out of here. Lock. Man, give me Denver plus 2.5. I feel like I'm walking into a trap.
Can I ask which book you see 2.5 on?
I see 2.5 here on Fanatics.
Okay. I actually see the line did also move on ESPN bet a second ago to 2.5.
And it just moved back to 2.5, but basically everywhere else too. So it's legit 2.5. Yeah, I'll go Denver plus 2.5. Man, yeah, I really like this Denver team. Hope I don't fall on my face with that. Dog. This is gonna be interesting. How do we want to play? Or should I make Denver my dog and took another lock? Oh, no. What? Just going to go Jokic. Give me an alt Jokic, bro. Let's see here.
For reference, by the way, not trying to sway you entirely, triple-double is plus 160.
It is? Interesting.
So that does qualify if you want to.
Now, is it the triple-double or is it Jokic just destroying the Lakers at the rim? I mean, the putbacks are going to be there. How can I bet this? I could. Jokic is so hard. You can't alt Jokic. That's impossible.
No, because they know how good he is, and all his props are jacked extremely high. So you don't really have a choice. That's why I mentioned triple double, because it's 160.
Yeah. All right, Scott. I'll go with it. That's triple double at 160, or just go 55 plus PRA at 165.
That's your call.
I think Jokic could score. Give me the 55 plus PRA.
All right.
I think Jokic could put a bunch of points up today. And by the way, Luka still pissed me off with that one assist. Wait, like, and it was multiple. He had all the opportunities to have had it, and people missed the shot over the course of the game. But yeah, I'll take the 55 plus PRA. He fills up the stat sheet plus 165. All right, over to you.
All right, so for my bets, I'm going to go a bit more degen for the plays today. For my lock, give me the Wiggins over 1.5 threes. I'm going to go with the role player angle here. You're looking at the injury report for OKC off a double overtime game, and it's the second game of the season. I do think a couple of the questionable guys will end up not playing. But you're reading off the injury list here. Caruso is not playing. Joe's not playing. Even Kenrich Williams and J-Dub are not playing. Topic is listed as a guard. He's still out. Cason Wallace and Dort are questionable. By process of elimination, Wiggins has to play minutes. He attempted 5 threes in the first game against the Rockets, and he also ended up making 2 of those 5 threes. Indiana last year were not great at guarding the three-point line against shooting guards, but it's mostly a usage thing. If I'm right and Wallace and Dort end up sitting, or at least one of them end up sitting, how many minutes is Wiggins playing? Is he playing 30 minutes tonight? Is there a possibility he's playing 30 minutes? Like, what other guards do they have on the roster?
Yeah.
So I'll go for the usage. Give me the Wiggins over 1.5 threes at minus 122 as my lock. For my dog, I wanted Siakam over half a block at plus 130, but 130 is not high enough. We agreed on 140. So you're not going to let me do that. So instead, I think I'm just going to go with the all-reliable option, which I do think Denver's going to win the game tonight. We mentioned it before, 9-1 in the last 10 against OKC. Yep. So I might just go for the classic move here. Give me the Joker triple-double with the Nuggets to win the game, a combo play. Why not? Once again, I like Siakam. I like Siakam with the blocks and all, but at the end of the day, it didn't reach the criteria. So I wanted to try to see if I could actually find the price. They used to have pre-made bets there, but unfortunately, I don't see it anymore. So I might have to build this myself. Let me just see what triple-double is for Joker. There's a triple-double and a Nuggets win plus 335.
Yeah, nice. I feel like we're on the same place. We're literally on the same thing.
I mean, 160 I didn't want, but if Joker gets it, they're probably winning. So give me the extra $2 bump, basically.
All right. Yeah, man. I don't know. Really, like, are people underestimating Denver?
What's going on? It could be. There's some unknown there, though. You got Bruce Brown back. Some people think he's washed because they watched him play in Toronto. I don't know. At the end of the day, when you win a title and you bag chase and you're on a couple of bad teams, I'm not really going to read much into it. Some people just need the motivation of playing meaningful basketball and not just collecting checks doing nothing for the last couple of months. I think that he'll play fine. I mean, he's taking Westbrook's job. We'll see if that's an upgrade or not. I think it might be. But you're also looking at Cam Johnson. People are wondering how he's going to fit. Truth is, Joker makes it very, very easy to join his roster because he'll give you the ball if you're open. I think they're gonna flow pretty seamlessly, honestly. I think it's gonna work out. So I think they win the game. I like the Warriors. I think they're good. But I also picked them as my lock, not just because I like this team, but because I think the Lakers are actually bad. So I think it was twofold there. We'll see what happens, but I'll be watching the game. I think it's a great game.
All right. Let's see here. He's at Red Shirt Radio. I'm at really real __. Make sure you give us a follow. And at SGPN NBA on the X. We're over there as well. NBA Gambling Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you leave us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts and all of that stuff. And with that, that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending podcast is going to like this. We are out of here.